This is Tales of Swordfall.
Episode 1 The First Course. Hello, I'm Paul. This is Tales of Swordfall. And who am I with today?
Hi, my name is Krista McGee. You might know me as Spoiled Chestnut on just about all the social medias. I am a professional freelance character artist. I am going to be playing Gadby the Bard.
And hello, my name is Ian, the part-time dungeon master. Today I'm playing Lenny, who is the Dragonborn barbarian, not bright boy, but best boy. And you can find me on Twitter as well as YouTube, making weird jokes and Dungeons and Dragons videos.
Hey, and I'm Wade. I'm Not Quite Heroes podcast player and potential DM. I'll be playing Ordnance. I guess that's about it for now.
Yeah, that's all we really need. So, we're going to start out in a little port-side town. It is getting to be dusk right now. The fog is rolling in. All the street lamps have this halo over them. The cobble streets are slightly moist, and there is a very nice looking restaurant. Um, it's, well, let's just say, uh, oosh, you just said your names and I can't remember them anymore.
I am Gadby the Bard.
Yeah, let's say Gadby shows up first.
Okay. And this is an inn or a
Uh,
tavern?
it's a restaurant, like actual, sit down. The only thing you do here is eat food restaurant. You get in, you are stopped by a maitre d'. You can see, like, the walls are actually covered in velvet wallpaper. The wall sconces are super nice, and yeah, this is a really high end place, and you've been invited here for a job.
Oh, of course. I'm the best minstrel in town.
So,
I'd like to speak to the manager, if you don't mind.
and can I have your name, please?
Oh, I thought my name preceded me. I'm Gadby Tanner.
No, yes. Right this way. And this guy kind of looks, well, yes, is very much an elf, or maybe a half elf. It's hard to tell. And he's dressed up very finely. He has a small, like, pencil mustache. And he walks very refinedly, and he leads you to the back. And in the back, there is a table big enough for about 16 to 20 people. It is finely polished. There are comfy chairs. It's a very nice back room. And you are the first one to enter, and you are alone.
Cool. I start tuning my lute because it's been a while. Making sure that I look nice for performance. Because that's what I think I'm here for. Is it was a job at a restaurant. Restaurants need ambient music. So clearly I'm here to play.
Clearly. And yeah, this room's nice enough that they actually do have a mirror in it. A nice, like, one with a gilded frame. Looks like it might have been imported from somewhere, or it had to be because it's so nice looking.
Yeah, he's like got a he takes like he's got all the stuff to like make sure that you look nice. So he's got a scrub brush, he's getting the dirt off of his boots, he's making sure his instrument is tuned, he fixes his hair into like a high ponytail, adjusts his hat, fluffs the feather on it. Just preening, but not like narcissistically preening, just like You have an audience, you need to look good, this is a performance, be professional, very, very much getting ready for a job.
Yeah, just gussing up a little.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we go back to the front entrance. And that's where we see Ordnance. This is a very fine-looking place. I mean, in this world, it's kind of weird to have just a restaurant, or at least like, I don't know, how high-end are you, Ordnance?
I'd say very much on the low end side of things, like almost dingy.
Yeah, it's really weird to be invited to just a place you go and pay and eat, and you don't sleep at, you don't get prostitutes at, and this is kind of a weird setup, especially for a little town like this. It's kind of, on the borders of Swordfall. It's, a fishing town, but this place decided to plop down and be all fancy here.
It's disgusting.
Nice.
I mean,
If it doesn't have multiple purposes, it doesn't serve a purpose.
Yeah.
I worry it's a fishing town with velvet walls. Those are gonna get moldy real fast.
Maybe.
it's gonna smell bad.
So you get inside. It smells all like you're expecting to smell like probably like a nice roast, just roasting on some kind of open fire. But no, this smells all like perfumey, and there's like it's just kind of a weird smell. Actually, give me a perceptions check. Let's see if you can even identify what's going on in here.
All right. I just hit the button, right?
Yeah, you just
Sorry
hit
about
the word on your character sheet.
Oh no!
It's not great.
0. Okay.
What? My perception's better than his.
Oh, the things we're gonna find out about each other today. Yeah. With that, yeah, there's just a bunch of like fancy ass smells. You can't really identify one. They all just kind of mesh together. It's like going into a Yankee Candle shop. You're just kind of like bombarded with fumes.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
Yep. And it's kind of messing you up a little. Just you open the door, and suddenly this like mix of like meat, rosemary, grease, polish, mothballs, just like everything comes at you at once. And you can't really tell where it's coming from. Your eyes probably start to water a little.
Yeah, I imagine I'm going to stumble back a bit.
And through your blurred vision, there is an elf behind a podium right next to the door.
I think he'd reach out his arm and go, "Oh God, what is this?"
Name, please.
What do you mean name? How are you standing here?
Your name, please.
They call me Ordnance.
Ah, yes, Mr. Ordnance. Come this way. And he motions and walks like he has a stick up his ass toward the back.
I'm going to pull a scarf up over my nose.
And, you go through, and man, this place is really weird. They have cloth on top of tables, and the tables are already all set up. They have candles on every table. Like, they have a lot of candles in here. For some reason, it looks like a waste, especially since there's like really the guy behind the podium and a few workers just kind of going about their business. It's pretty wasteful.
Yeah, imagine doubly so from my point of view.
Yep. And you're taken toward the back, and there is this very long table. It's all set up. It looks like there's already a person here. And so, how about we introduce ourselves physically? What does Ordnance look like?
Uh, Covered up, I guess, predominantly in more rags than clothes. You know what I mean? Everything's a real low profile. Doesn't want to showcase a whole lot. Uh, it's notable that he is part human and maybe part machine. But that's really about the biggest notable feature right now.
Okay. Gadby is dressed in very fine clothes. He has nice boots, nice pants. He's got a flowy cape. He's got a blue hat that matches his outfit. That's two-toned, like a sky blue on the underside, and then a dark blue on top. A really fancy brooch that holds a giant feather that's kind of like an ostrich feather. He's got this really ornate lute that's slung over his back. Um, and he's just looking in the mirror, fixing himself up. And he turns to look at you and goes, "Oh, the trash is over there. Take it and go."
Damn.
Well, that's unfortunate. I was going to ask for a beer.
Who are you? And he suddenly looks really offended that you're talking to him.
What do you mean?
Who are you?
I'm Ordnance. Didn't you call me here?
I'm the entertainment. Are you the help?
You don't look very entertaining.
My dear, you haven't seen me play yet.
I think I've seen enough of you.
Then please leave. Go on. Shoo. Goodbye. It was nice meeting you. I wish I could say goodbye. And he just has this biggest smile on his face with dimples in his cheeks. And he looks cheerful, but the tone of his voice is definitely just get the fuck out.
I'll leave when the task is done. And then he slams down into a chair.
And this is the point where a waitress shows up and brings in bread and butter and oil and a few other things for the bread, and asks you both, please sit down, both of you. We're waiting for our third guest and our I totally lost his name, and Endulin, the chef.
Wait, I'm sorry, madam, if you don't mind terribly. And he like takes a moment and points to Ordnance. This isn't some sort of backup dancer, drummer, musician. Who is this? What's going on? I don't understand. I came here to play.
No,
Maybe you've heard of me. I'm Gadby Tanner.
You're here for the mercenary job.
No, I'm here for entertainment. And he just has this big smile on his face.
She has kind of a bewildered smile on her face. No, everybody who's back here is for the mercenary job.
Madam, I think I would like to speak to management, please, if you don't mind.
Don't worry, he is coming. Just enjoy the bread, enjoy the food. Would you like any caviar?
Please? Oh, certainly. I would also like a white wine to go with it, if you don't mind.
Of course. And you, sir?
Just an ale.
Oh, we have 32 varieties of ales.
I just want a beer.
Yeah, I feel like he's just going to stare at them. Kind of with that same bewildered look.
Just give him the local special.
Oh, no, we don't serve that here. And she leaves. And this is the time Lenny, in front of you is a building. It is a fine-looking building in this little fishing town. Yeah, I can't describe it more than I have for the others. Yeah, there's a fog rolling in. All the lights have halos over them. It's a really pretty sight. This is kind of a jewel amongst the other really ramshackle things around here. Well, it's not that bad, but it's a small fishing town. But this looks like maybe the highlight spot of the whole area. And when I say
Okay.
area, I mean like probably within the 50 miles.
Lenny's going to kind of scratch at his chin some, staring at the rest of the buildings and back at it. Well, I suppose this is the place I'm supposed to go. All right, well. And as he goes in through the front door, because I imagine they are not built for a 7-foot tall individual, are they?
Actually, surprisingly, this accommodates for taller people.
Oh, so he actually doesn't smack his head on the doorway like he does everywhere else.
Mm-hmm.
He walks in. Oh, that's nice. I didn't bump my head this time.
And
Oh,
I
my.
love him. I love him so much.
It's always awesome to meet characters for the first time.
So Lenny, being a 7-foot tall, blue-scaled, green-eyed dragonborn with this one horn coming off his nose, that's not a very big one, but it gives it enough of a point. And wearing these blue overalls and no shirt, so
Oh god.
and no boots. He's barefoot.
I kind of expect Dragonborns to be footless because they not footless, shoeless. Because,
Yeah,
they
hot
have
feet.
odd feet. The half-elf behind the podium raises an eyebrow, but still acts very professional. Name, please.
Oh, hello. I almost didn't see you down there. My name's Lenny. I'm looking for George. Have you seen George?
No, but your name is on the list. Come with me.
Oh, okay.
And
Are you sure you haven't seen George?
I do not know who this George is.
Oh, okay. Maybe I'll find him later.
Maybe you will. And he turns around and leads you to the back to a very large table. There's actually one chair at the very end that looks like it's good enough to support you, but it's carved all fancy like, so it might be making the structure a little rickety, but you may be able to actually sit down in it.
Oh, I hope I don't sit on my tail this time. That always hurts. So Lenny entering the room, I suppose he sees everyone else.
Oh yeah. What does any more information about Lenny you could give?
He's got a couple of scars on his chest and his back where it looks like he's taken a few hits. His tail doesn't quite. It's not quite long enough to drag behind him because it looks like the tip of it's been cut off, but it's still mostly there. But yeah, aside from that, he's just a really big blue dragonborn wearing blue overalls. Hello, everyone. My name's Lenny. Have any of you seen George?
You're not one of my backup dancers, are you? Singer, musician? No. No.
No. I'm just a good boy. That's all I am.
Yep, that's what I was worried about.
I don't got the feet for dancing. George always said I got 2 left feet.
Who's George? Is he the one that hired us?
I
No.
don't know. George is my brother. I'm looking
No.
for him.
The man at the front said that we were looking for the chef, I believe.
Oh, I hope he's got some good food. Ooh, there's some breadsticks. Lenny's just gonna reach over. Lenny's just gonna reach over and start grabbing the bread.
Yeah, and it's super good fresh bread. Somebody spent a lot of good time. They made it into a nice twisted pattern. and it looks like there's spread to put on the bread.
Is it garlic butter spread with like brown sugar on top? Because that is the best spread you can get on bread.
Oh yeah, like they definitely have that, and they have just like plain butter for those who don't like that kind of stuff, and then they have, the waitress just came out and put down some caviar with like a nice spread stick, um, and like brings your drinks, and goes up to Lenny. Excuse me, sir, would you like something to drink?
Yeah, what you got?
Well, and she starts listing just many amounts of things that they have. Like, she starts naming dates, and it almost feels like you're getting a history lesson. And you know,
Lenny stops her after the fourth one and just says, that one sounds good.
of course. And she smiles like large, and she turns around. What? What Gadby hears is, a 1324 Dragon Scald Brew mead. And give me a history check. Let's see if you ever encountered this.
Okay, I shall do so.
Lenny, after the waitress leaves, just turns to the other two and is like, she was really nice. I like her.
Oh, 13.
You've heard about this. It's supposedly one of the strongest drinks that dwarves can actually brew.
He looks at the. Oh, sorry. He looks at the Dragonborn and goes, "It's a sipping drink. It's not a chugging drink. Do you know what a sipping drink is?"
Lenny just gives a thumbs up. I think I know, yeah.
Just small sips, very strong. And he has this smile on his face like he's talking to somebody who's a good boy. Not very bright.
Lenny doesn't understand social interaction, so he thinks, Gadby's being nice. Oh, that's mighty kind of you, stranger. Thank you. I'll keep that in mind.
He wasn't hitting on him. He's trying to tell him, drink it slowly or you're gonna get smashed.
Got it. Sipping. That's code, right?
No, it's not code! No!
Thank you for listening to Tales of Swordfall. Please remember to like, share, comment, and subscribe.